Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Shafiq Zaki Aulia, and today I will be doing a presentation about a novel that I've read. So, first, the title of the novel itself is called, as you can see, Scare Power by William Vivian Butler. It's a very old book, very ancient, published in 1969. And a fun fact about this novel, its genres, it's about crime, it's about mystery, and it's about fiction. Um, yes, the story itself is fictional, but the setting is it's based on a real location. And by real location, I mean this England, London. That's the place, and the time frame is it's never been stated explicitly stated in the novel, but by the publishing time and the the vibes, I can and it's probably in 1960s to 1970s. Next, the characters, we have Howard Barclay, our main character, a journalist for the Sunday Journal Color magazine. We have the antagonist called the Committee, which is not a character, it's an organization, a hidden one that's very well hidden, that to the point that people states that they have never been seen by anyone, only heard. Next, we have the tertiary characters. We have Fonny Wentworth, which is our main character, Howard Buckley's partner, both in work and in life, his girlfriend. And we have Richard Gaunt, Howard's boss, which is the person who tasked him with writing a journal. And next we have Leo Morton, an ex-actor. So the plot of the story. Okay, so first we have our main character here. Um, Again, his name Howard Barclay. Let's just call him Howard. He's tasked by his boss, Richard, to write a journal about the committee, an hidden organization. So he and also his girlfriend, they went to find Leo Morton, an ex-actor who has previously dealt with this hidden organization called the committee. And Leo Morton, he tells them about how dangerous the committee is, what is the committee itself, and blah blah blah, things like that. And Howard successfully writes his journal, and it was a massive success. A lot of people read it, and obviously, the committee, being a hidden organization, of course, they wouldn't be too happy about that. So they targeted Howard's life and also Leo Morton and also the people surrounding them, like Howard's girlfriend. And with their life threatened, they panicked, especially Howard. So he ran around trying to find a solution to this problem, and eventually he heard about something called the Old Ireland Yard. Now, what is the Old Ireland Yard? It's basically also another organization that uh, is said to have the power to rival the committee. At least that's what the people say. So Howard went to find them, and he eventually finds out that the Old Iron Yard is led by two brothers named the McMurdo brothers. So together, and by together I meant Howard, the McMurdo brothers, Wendy, his girlfriend, and Leo Morton, the ex-actor. They basically try to find out about comedy, like who they are, who are the people that led them, what are their motives, and they try to uh, to fight the comedy itself. And eventually, it is found out that the committee is not even led by a group of people. It was an act made by one person, not even an organization. It was an act led by Leo Morton, the ex-actor I previously mentioned. And maybe you're thinking, Leo Morton, isn't he a good guy? Isn't didn't he help our main character? And we eventually found out that he has a condition called multiple personality syndrome. Yes, and with him being an ex-actor, it makes his condition, the multiple personality syndrome, even worse. Eventually, Leo Martin went insane, and he couldn't even distinguish between his real self, Leo Martin, and his separate identity, like the committee. And basically, at the end, they kill Leo Martin, and yeah, that's the end. Next, we have my experience while reading this book. Um, this book was very fun. It's definitely a classic. It feels like a classic at least. And but however, the English language in this novel is definitely very very high level. I sometimes have to prepare myself mentally before reading this. And next, we are gonna talk about my likes and dislikes of this novel. So what I like about it is that it's about mystery and it's about crime, which is very much up my alley. And it also has a very good and tense start. With the concept of the comedy itself being like a omniscient organization. It's very cool. But there are also a few things that I don't like. Like, for example, the story gets worse as it goes on. I previously stated that it had a very good and then start, which is true. But I feel like the middle part and the end part of the story doesn't really live up to the start, to the premise. And also the plot twist with Rio Morton being the villain. It was, how do I say it? It was predictable, but came out of nowhere at the same time. Uh, yeah, I mean, maybe it's because this novel is again old in the 1960s. Um, maybe at their time it wasn't predictable, but at least when I read it now, I found it very predictable. And next, we have my favorite quote from this novel, which is: the interesting thing about human monsters is that no matter what they do, certain areas of their personality remain human. This quote is said by the McMurdo brothers, and this basically encapsulates the whole the whole theme, not the whole theme. It encapsulates the villain of this novel, not the comedy, but Leo Morton himself, a person with multiple personality syndrome, who even though he acted as the comedy, the villains in this novel, but he is also Leo Morton, a person who helps our main character. It basically creates a complicated identity conflict within Leo Morton, with the Leo Morton being the hero and the comedy being the villain. And that's about it for my presentation. Thank you very much for listening. Mm, I hope I didn't make any mistakes, and I hope I explained this novel clearly, and hopefully you may want to read it after watching my presentation. Thank you so much for listening. Wabillahi taufiq walhidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.